What's up, everybody? Once again, checking out Day1Radio right here on Livehiphopdaily. I'm Maurice Garland in the building with my man Brandon Peters. What's happening?
What's happening? Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all watching. Shout out to Cam for the dope interview last week. If you have not heard it, make sure you go back in the archives, check that out and everything else.
Man, that interview got me wanting to get right back in the gym every day. That dude was looking like he was 25, and he's like, what, 50, 51?
50. I'm like, I need all the tips, bro. Like, that dude was in the better shape than anybody in here, man. That shit is crazy. I'm like, I need the workout regimen and the nutrition. Let me know what it is off top. But, yeah, once again, thank you for watching us on Live Hip Hop Daily. Thank you for listening through our partners at CLNS Media. And make sure you follow us on Day1Radio. That is D-A-Y, the #1 radio on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Mihente, Black Planet, everything. We everywhere. Yeah, man, once again, you guys have heard this many times if you've been a fan of the show. If this is your first episode, we always tell stories that have not been told or stories that have not been told correctly. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of them ones where we'll be introducing this brother to a lot of people as people listen over the weeks and weeks to come, because I think he's going to be around for a while. Yeah. Straight out the east side of Atlanta. A lot of y'all heard about his project, Snubnose. We probably don't know what he looks like because he's not on any of the visuals. So, what's happening, Grit? Welcome to the show.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, man. You came bearing gifts, you know,
exactly.
the kind of gifts that we really rock with, man. Like Grip is into the brews, bro.
Yes. We're not going to bore you with an hour of brew talk, even though we actually could. But shout out, man. Tell us if y'all see, if you're watching, you see the bottle, the prototype, you see us sipping. What is this, man?
It's a Snubnose Stout. This is the inaugural batch, so y'all getting the first, you know.
Okay, world premiere.
Yeah, so I'll have the label on it pretty soon. I'll release it in February. So.
Okay, all right, absolutely. Where are you releasing it locally? Are you taking it on tour? What you doing?
I think I'm having like a little beer gala or something, like, you know.
Let's talk. We know a couple people, man. Let's talk. We make some cool shit happen. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So let's get right into it, man, because I feel like people know your music far more than they know you. So we gonna ask all the questions that people, you know, we don't normally ask, but they ask everywhere else. But you ain't been everywhere else, so we can ask. Yeah. So, man, east side of Atlanta, man. Tell us about, you know, growing up, man. Parents, schools, all that shit, sports, everything he was into.
Yeah. So originally from Decatur, Belvedere Park. Lived with my grandma. She raised me for the most part up until I was about 11, I say. Moved with my mom. My mom lived in between like Lithonia, Stone Mountain. So ended up going to Stevenson.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, the average upbringing and stuff. I feel like we were keeping up with the Joneses. So
gotcha.
I think I stayed in maybe 6 or 7 different cribs. We went to the same school, so I'll be on a different bus the next year. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm going to the same school. It was tough, you know what I'm saying? But and I have siblings, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty tough, but I always, you know, I started making music in high school. Went to college for a second. I got kicked out of college.
Where at?
I went to Lane College in Tennessee.
Okay. HBCU.
Right in the smack dab in the hood. Wasn't no good for me. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out on some other shit. Like not even a full semester in. Came back home. Jumped into jobs, and you know what I'm saying. But I was always just, you know what I'm saying, making show and trying to keep the shit going with the pen. You know, and pretty much that led me here. A bunch of bumps and potholes along the way, but you know what I'm saying, we here now. So
you got siblings. Where are you at
I am the second oldest. My sister, I have an older sister, 2 younger sisters, and a little brother.
Okay, absolutely.
Like talk to us about growing up on the east side, because that's where I'm from too, and growing up on the east side tough is different from a lot of other toughs. It's like, you know what I'm saying, Greg, you may not see, you know, crackheads in the street and, you know, everybody got to chop out the window. Like, it ain't like the extremes, but it's like, you know, it is like a situation where it's like you said, like, damn, bro, like, what bus you on today? You know what I'm saying? And it'd be more so like societal shit, like you were saying, keeping up with the Joneses, where like, damn man, I do not have the new Jordans,
right?
Nor the new starter coat. Mom, are we poor? You know,
right. It was times, and not to just out it, but I put it in the music and everything. But it was just times when I had to go to the homie house that lived down the street to take a shower because our water was off. You know what I'm saying? Or stay at his house and, you know, lights was off and stuff like that. So it was a little bit more serious than, you know what I'm saying, I feel like what the average kid around that area had going on. Yeah. But the crazy thing is now when I go back through there, it's actually crackheads now. Like it's evolved to that point. Yeah. Now, like if you go through Stone Mountain, you can literally go through Stone Mountain or Lithonia, and you can see niggas you went to school with. Yeah. They out of it, bro. Like at the gas station. I'm like, nigga, why is nigga at the gas station at, you know what I'm saying, or fucking wherever, you know what I'm saying, Central. Right. When I say wherever it's at, it's crazy because it's just like, you seeing where this shit is going. Like it wasn't like, we had crackheads. Yeah. Like when I was growing up, like in Stone Mountain area, but now it's like, bro.
When it's your peers, it's a different
It's your peers, and it's like, oh damn, it's like that. Like these niggas out here just fucked up.
And the crazy thing about that side of town too was like people would always get thrown off by like the fact that they were neighborhoods with quote unquote big houses. Like it wasn't like apartments and trapped up bandos. It was like this is a home that somebody purchased, but you know, you don't know what's going on inside that house or on that particular street.
Idea.
Right. I feel like even still, like all the gentrification that's going on, you know what I'm saying? You think about where these people getting pushed to. They getting pushed to the burbs and they renting this shit. So it's like, of course, like this is how this shit, like that's how it's gonna end up. Like they pushing all the niggas out, niggas out the city, and they going to fucking, it's going further and further, bro. I saw a crackhead. I went to Conyers for some reason, bro.
Damn.
Saw a crackhead on the corner at the exit of Conyers. I'm like, what?
How'd you get out here?
Like
who is selling crack in Conyers?
How the hell, you know, it's pushing further and further, bro. Like so yeah, no, it's just crazy though, because a lot of folks, man, like you said, they just, you know, they I call it black suburbia. Yeah. But like a lot of people just look at it like, oh, nigga, you know, in actuality, you 10 minutes from fucking wherever, you know what I'm saying? Like so, it's all the same.
I feel like they need to have you on the writing staff for Atlanta. I feel like you could write some crazy episodes, bro. When did you with your writing? Did it start as stories, poetry, or did it actually start as rap?
I think it started as stories, maybe.
Yeah, I can tell.
It started as stories as a kid. My big sister, she's like, give me fake homework. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, she'd come over to my grandma's house. She'd give me fake homework, and I was just always into writing. I had a big imagination. I'm a huge movie buff. So eventually that's something I want to get into too. I already write I've written my first script and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very into movies. So that's why I think the music is has this cinematic element to it. But yeah, I started off writing stories, watching movies, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, all of that. And eventually it turned into writing feelings and, you know.
Who's your favorite director?
I can't give you one. The Coen brothers are dope. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino, of course. Martin Scorsese. Let me see.
What was the film that turned you out, though? What was the film that was like, yes, this is what I want to try. This is what I want to do.
Maybe No Country for Old Men.
Classic.
It's a classic. Like, bro, in a sense of, like, bro, the main character died in the middle of the movie. This is realistic, bro. Like, it ain't he done survived all this other. Nah, bro. Like, he dies in the middle of the movie. Like, and this shit keeps going. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, to me, like, that's like life, bro. Like, she gonna keep going with it without you, bro. And I think that's one of the movies I was like, all right, now, this shit real. Like, and that was one of them. So that's one of my favorite movies. Like, period.
Got you. So, man, what was it? What was the length of time between when you first wrote the first rap that you was like, okay, I can actually do this, and then putting out a song?
Well, let's see. I think I was like closet writing in middle school. In middle school, I think I was closet writing. I put my first song out of high school, and we was a clique. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my homie.
What was y'all called? Cause you know everybody's first name is like
terrible.
We was the Kodak Boys.
Okay.
Cause you know what I'm saying, like, on some, kind of pretty boy, like the girls like to take pictures of us and shit. So his name was actually Pretty Boy. I was Grip. So yeah. And that was like high school. So yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. But it wasn't that bad. That ain't that bad.
Nah, that's not too bad.
It could have been worse.
Not too bad. Okay, so putting your first joint out in high school and then get into Porch, which is the first actual project that everybody saw. Like, what was that process like because I feel like we've talked about this a few times on the show with different guests. It's like nobody tells you how to actually do this shit. Nobody says, it's a studio on flat shows. You can go to $20 out. Nobody's doing it.
Nah, it was definitely a process. I actually put out a number of like without mixtapes, I guess, you know what I'm saying, before. But I just like, they were on like that pill for live mixtapes, and I was recording at the crib. We wasn't mixing this shit, no nothing. Like we recording. I'm recording it in my closet on the podcast mic with the big ass desktop computer and like I guess the actual computer was like from my mom's job. They had it like sure.
It's like the
old as hell. Right. So I'm recording with that shit at first. Hella shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit I wouldn't even remember until like I would have to hear it. Yeah. Like so much shit, because I knew that like after high school, of course I knew like in high school I knew I was better than a lot of niggas, and then afterwards it's like, oh shit, well I might as well keep going because I ain't got shit to do. I got kids out of college, like I ain't finna just keep working these jobs, like let's get it popping. So I was doing that shit for a long time. And then Porch, by the time Porch came, it was like, all right, bro, we gonna put this shit, we know how to get this shit on streaming platforms now, to the DSPs. We know shit. Well, beforehand I was doing like local shows like on Edgewood and wherever. It had kind of like got my name buzzing just on the underground circuit, and I released Porch, and I had a release party right down the street at Escobar.
Yeah.
And that shit turned up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? People in that circuit started really knowing who I was. Pictures and Planes shit hit. That shit changed everything. Yeah. And it kind of like shot me into like the forefront of that underground circuit. And then shit, man, I ain't dropped shit. 2018? I ain't dropped nothing. A few songs and shit. And then 2019, well, Snubnose was finished in 2018, but I dropped it 2019.
Gotcha.
And that was.
So talk about the making of Porch, because it's like, I heard Snubnose first, and I was like, nah, I got to find out if he did anything before that. And like the difference that I found was that one, like the production, you know what I'm saying, like the voice and the storytelling is still there, but it's like there was some out there moments on the production, you know what I'm saying. So like tell us like about the making of that project and what you was trying, like what stamp you was trying to make with that.
All right, so Two is like my main man, my main producer. He did, it was 11 songs on there. He did 10.
He did most of it, yeah.
He did 10 on there. His style is very unique. Don't sound like nothing that anybody else do. And I think that at first, like when we first linked up, like he was playing me beats and I was like, no, this ain't gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then one day I just finally like, you know what, like, bro, I'm pulling up on you. Let's lock in. Blase blah. I think the first song that I had made off Porch was, I don't remember what the first song. Oh, it was probably the intro. And just the story I wanted to tell was pretty much how the Porch being like a staple and Black history, period. Just
absolutely.
Like
especially in the South.
Especially in the South. Like, so I wanted to tell the story from 3 different perspectives. The first as just like this innocent kid, you know what I'm saying, before you jump off the porch. Second, like the adolescent who actually jumps off the porch and gets into the shit, you know what I'm saying. And the third being in retrospect, you know what I'm saying, as an adult who looking back on this shit. So, that's kind of what I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, tell, the story I wanted to tell on that one. And as far as production, I don't know, it's just like feeling. As soon as I heard it, like cul-de-sac. Like as soon as I heard certain shots, oh yeah, this goes. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna do this, and it just turned out dope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Absolutely. Was it a conscious effort to be like, obviously, you being a film buff and a writer, that is going to automatically push your art in a certain direction, but did you make a conscious effort to be like, I'm not going to do and sound like everybody else out of Atlanta that's popping?
Nah, bro, because I've been doing it. You know, yeah. I've been doing music, and I never sounded like that before. So it's like, there's no need for no big switch up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, nigga, you don't even sound like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nah, I always I could tell like this was where I was headed. Okay. Like, so I was not gonna switch up and shit. And plus, like, my favorites are fucking 3 Stacks, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like Nas, and so it's just like, you know,
right.
The other should be cool, but.
Got you. With Porch, you even chose, like, before you even knew what it was gonna be, you chose not to put yourself on the artwork for that. Like, what's the reasoning behind that?
On that one, originally.
See, I ain't get to the barber in time.
Originally, it was actually me like sitting on the porch, but I thought about it and I was like, yo, like, I want a drawing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I reached out to this kid from Kennesaw State. He's a local artist, and told him my vision. You know what I'm saying? But the way I wanted to do it was, I wanted to make, even though he was sitting on the porch, it looked like he's sitting on the roof. Mm-hmm. Everything was like, if you look at it, it looks like it's so far away. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted that to be like symbolic. It just, you know, things are closer than they appear type shit. So I don't know. Like, when the cover art came out, I was like, oh, this shit dope. So
you gotta shout out the artist's name, man. You can't just say.
Man. Well, my boy Dave. You know what I'm saying? My boy David Hinchy.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out Dave.
All right.
And then I don't know. I didn't think about not being on the covers and shit. Like, one day I want to be on the cover of my own shit.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. What was the writing process? What is the writing process like for you making these projects? Because I'm sure, like, do you think about everything beforehand, or is it like a song guides you to the next song, to the next song, to the next song?
Like, for Snub, no, I knew the concept. But like for Porch, I think the songs led me into it, because it wasn't like a linear story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like the songs just, and
it's
the
like
sounds led me into
act.
it. Yeah, it led me into it. So, you know, I knew subjects that I wanted to touch on. So then when I heard certain beats, or when we sitting there making this shit, I'm like, all right, we can do this on this, or, you know what I'm saying, just like moods and shit.
So what is the starting point for that? I know you say, like, on Porch, like, the first thing you recorded was the intro. Mm-hmm. Is that the same approach that you took to Snubnose, like intro first and the rest will figure itself out?
Nah, the first song on Snubnose I did was 226, but it didn't have
Mick on it.
It didn't have Big Room on it.
Big Room,
you know what I'm saying? It didn't have Big Room. So it was just a sporadic. He was going through beats, and I'm just like, he skipped straight past. I'm like, whoa, stop, bro. Like, what was that one? Go back. And he played the shit, and I sat on it for like a few days, and I just was like, I knew I wanted to, like, wish a nigga would tell me to run my pocket. I'm gonna go, da da da. I knew I wanted to just chop that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And after I did that shit, he was like, bro, this sound like the first shit off the next project. I'm like, yeah, you're right, it do. And it came from an experience that I had, and I knew I wanted to speak on, like, I knew I wanted to speak kind of from the perspective of a gun. I always wanted to do that shit, like, since Nas did the shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just one of them things. I was like, bro, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna attempt this shit, and that's how that shit came out.
Got you. What are your thoughts, especially because you did a whole project about all sides of guns and gun violence, particularly in our neighborhoods, and then we had Eminem drop the album the other day, and the Darkness video got, like, mainstream media, like, well, maybe he shouldn't have touched on the Las Vegas mass shooting early and stuff like that in the video, which I'm sure that had to kind of touch, because it's kind of a brilliant story to tell shit from both sides at the same time. You know what I mean? And this is coming from somebody who is not a huge Eminem fan. What are your thoughts on that? Because I feel like that is the purpose of art, is to tell stories and be artistic about it. But it's like, people want to, if they're not comfortable with it, they want to.
It's supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it don't, then it's like, it's supposed to. Like, and that's why even when people like criticize, oh, bro, you sound like such and such. All right, bro, but it took you, how many seconds did it take you to goddamn conjure up this thought, find my shit and tell me that, you know what I'm saying? So you put effort into it, so thank you. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if people are paying attention to it, that's exactly what he wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless.
Got you.
You know?
Got you. Tell me, what is your, especially for Snubnose, man, what is your writing process like?
It varies. Sometimes it'll be like, sometimes I'll sit on the beat for weeks, months even. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit will just come to me. I like to write in the car. So like I like to listen to shit in the car while I'm driving or while I'm just sitting in the damn driveway. You know what I'm saying? Like recently at Snubnose, I started with like no info. I don't think we used a pen. I used a pen for that. I wanted to make a song off cadences because I saw a lot of people making songs. I was like, niggas making songs, but they're just laying cadences down like, and then go back and rap over it. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to just like, I was like, bro, I'll make some shit off cadences. So that's why on No Info, the cadences switch up so much. And that was one of the first times I did that. It was just like trying something new. Cause I always, I want to improve or add skills to my repertoire. So, it varies. But sometimes it takes me a long time.
But it's encouraging to hear. I mean, not to knock folks that are on the whole, I don't write, I just spit. It's like, that ain't for everybody.
I was wondering, was he gonna come in here and lie and say that he didn't write nothing on the album?
Oh no, big pen game. Big pen game here. You know what I'm saying? Some songs are easier than others to write. Yams Interlude, I wrote that shit in like 30 minutes just because it was, one of them easy songs, like shit I was doing back in high school. So like that. Snub Speech, because I was just so excited to rap over this little boom bap type of shit, and just like, I don't know, like it just depends.
I'm glad you brought that up. How'd you, were you in the studio with Derringer for that, or he sent you a beat, or how did that go?
So the way that shit went, all right, so Beat Butcher and they fought with each other. So like Beat Butcher, me and him had a couple sessions in LA, and he played me the beat, and I was like, bro, let me get that one. And I did Open Arms was him as well, but he gave me a pack. And those were the ones that just automatically stood out. Yeah. But I was like, all right, bro, like I can rip this shit.
And if y'all don't know who Derringer is, that's the dude who produces most of the Griselda shit. Monster, definitely a monster. For the project, man, like the visual, I wanted more visuals from it.
And they coming?
They come, okay, right,
cool. One might be out right now.
Okay, for sure, because I wanted to talk about the joint, the Snubnose film. Part 1, and just the whole puppet theme and all of that shit. Like that was, how did that and you got a woman directed the video, which is rare in hip hop nowadays, man. Like kind of break down what that process was.
Shout out Michaela Gamble. So originally I wanted to do a 3-part film. It's still gonna be a 3-part film, but No Info was like what we originally decided on. Like this should be the first video. So in the song No Info, what I'm pretty much trying to say is, well, it's No Info on 2 parts. So like No Info as far as like, I feel like it's an agenda that the labels are pushing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like give no info to the youth and shit. Like so like the niggas is coming out not saying shit, and this shit like making, it's the no whatever song in the world type shit. And it's like, nigga ain't saying shit. And these kids,
man,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro, like the kids, what they gonna get? Like, they just know the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna learn this song and they gonna say this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I just feel like the agenda that they pushing kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't getting no info. And they don't want us to get any info. You know what I'm saying? So all you hearing is, wake up, roll up, and light the endo. Don't leave the house without a stendo. I throw my hood up out the window. At 12 pull up, we give no info. So that's why I made the hook like that. And then no info as far as the street code, because that shit still embedded in niggas' heads. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
12 pull up, we get no info. So, like, with the puppet was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the white man, you know, that white man, the puppet master was like the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like the labels and shit. And you got the kid watching this shit on TV. And he's glued to the tube and watching the nigga do the damn dancing and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And the uncle, well, you'll find out as an uncle, rushes in, you know, got blood on his shirt and shit. He done did some shit, you know what I'm saying? Going to the bathroom, look in the mirror and all that shit, and pretty much put the gun down and leaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you notice though, when he leave the room, it's not red, but when the kid walk into the room, it's red. So like danger and loss of innocence type shit. And it's almost like he already know where the gun is, like without even, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's an aura to it. So it's like, I just wanted to speak on the influences, both on, you know what I'm saying, on TV and in real life, that kids of color, not even just kids of color, but just kids in general, are going through, and the power of influence.
And I appreciate how much detail you and intention you put into your images. So like, you know, speaking on that, like there's obviously a firearm on the cover of Snubnose. You know what I'm saying? So what was the decision behind that? And have you found yourself having to kind of like defend it at all? Because I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I'm saying, when the homie Ja put me on it, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yo man, check out Snubnose. And I saw the gun, I was like, I really don't feel like listening to any pistol play right now. You know what I'm saying?
We had that conversation when you told me to listen to it. You was like, initially, you know.
I'm like, not today, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Friday, but goddamn, son, I ain't trying to wake up with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, same thing you said about like niggas dropping controversial shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted that shit to be, it's powerful, and it feels like a fucking movie. Like you finna like, damn, I'm finna watch a movie.
Right.
Like, it was shot in film. Shout out my boy Mark Peast. And bro, like, we took hella pictures of the shit, and when I saw that one, I was like, yo, that's the one. It's the album cover, and I didn't want to put my name on this shit. Let this shit speak for itself. Snubnose, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it was, and I didn't really care if it ruffled feathers or bothered anybody, because at the end of the day, like I said, that's just bringing more people to the shit.
But no, it was the way that image is captured is dope, and I'm glad you said it like it was on film, because you could tell that, you know, it was crafted to be something. It wasn't just like, you know, even the position of it ain't like it's like pointed at you like, yeah, and then you listen to this, this is what you get, you know what I'm saying? It was like presented, you know, in a certain way, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Man, talk about your touring experience. You brought us these dope ass
Hell yeah, man.
T-shirts.
Europe.
Oh,
You
man.
know what I mean? Shout out once again. Come bearing gifts. Other
man.
guests.
Got to.
Listen.
You was out there for a minute. I mean, it's the shirt is taken up from top to bottom. Like, these are dates.
Yeah, dog. Oh man, nah. Shout out to homie Jid, man. It was crazy. We had been talking and shit about. He's like, yo, bro, I'm gonna bring you on the road. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bro. So then that finally made the shit happen. Europe. It's my first time overseas.
Did you have your passport already?
Shit,
Had to go.
no, I had my passport. And then I was like, oh man, I had to jump through like rings of fire and shit to get that mother. But finally got that shit, man. Happy as hell. Got out there, stayed in Amsterdam the first couple days. First show was in Amsterdam.
Nice spot to be.
Oh yeah, great spot to be. Stayed in Amsterdam the first couple days. First show was there, and the fucking crowds were crazy. Like, it was.
So did they know the music?
Some of them.
Okay.
But by the end of the show, like, and I ain't no cap, bro. Like, no cap. Like once or twice, nigga got a standing ovation on some shit. Like, niggas was clapping. I'm like, okay. But nah, definitely gained a lot of fans out there. Bro, Europe is so dope for that shit, because it's just like, they're so in tune with the music. Like, it's crazy. Like, them niggas is, you tell them niggas put their hands up, they putting their hands up. You got them, tell them to say this shit, they saying this shit.
Yeah.
You do some certain shit in the States, if you ain't just popping yet, niggas is just
We
doing
spoiled. You can see anybody you want to see damn near at any time. Like, they're not getting tours every time. Bro, the first time I went to London, Alexander O'Neal was playing at the Jazz Club. And this was not too long after he was on BET with No Teeth sounding terrible. And I could not get tickets to the show. He had sold out 3 nights. I was like, dude, did they not see this shit? Y'all don't have YouTube over here? Like, but I was like, they don't give a fuck. They appreciate that shit, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Like, and motherfuckers walking up to you after the shit and just, yo, making me sign their face.
That's crazy.
All type of shit, bro. But nah, it was titties too. I saw some titties too. I appreciate that, bro. Almost forgot about that.
Hilarious.
But yeah, dog, it was dope, man. I got sick halfway through. Nigga, I felt like I had the motherfucking flu. Like, I was done. But every show, like, I was like, bro, I'm going out there giving them all, bro. Even I go backstage and croak and whatever. Like, I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, to make my mark and shit. So by the time I got back, you know what I'm saying, bro, it was hella love. Like I said, once again, shout out to Jid and management for, you know what I'm saying, making that shit happen.
That's dope. Going back to Snubnose real quick, we talked about how the Pigeons and Planes look like took you to a next level. I'm sure that the Fader debuting that Snubnose on their site had to been like out of here type shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Fader. It was straight, bro. But actually, I don't know. It's getting to the point where I feel like some of that should be like more so for cosmetics now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just like not Fader, but just like a bunch of blogs and shit. Like, now it's becoming like more so of a cosmetic thing where people are like, oh shit, he got this shit premiering on there. But I feel like some people who don't like know who you are, they're like, nigga, we just waiting on the next nigga to do it. Like, so people who know you, it's a good look, and they're like, oh bro, your shit, somebody wrote about you in the Rolling Stone. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think people give a fuck too much no more. Like, like they should. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what were your thoughts? Because I feel like it was a compliment because who it was coming from, but it also could be taken another way. When Ebro said that Snubnose is the best album you never heard.
Nah, that's true. Nah, bro, because it's true. Like, I feel like, he was like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is type shit. But nah, that's real. Because that's just like, for instance, if we watching a game right now, and we see a nigga drop 40 that we never, like, who is this nigga? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this nigga cold? Or like, I gotta see him do this shit again? Or I gotta tune in. You know what I'm saying? So, same shit. Like, so yeah, I appreciate that shit. Thanks, E-bro.
So do you feel like that pressure, like you gotta do it again, like the next project?
Nah, that's exciting. Yeah, that's exciting to me. I can't wait till I get that one little. And all right, bro, I'm ready to record. Like, we back in the booth. Yeah. I literally haven't written a full song since. But it's like I haven't felt the need to. You know what I'm saying? I've been just like chilling on that shit.
You're not the writing songs for the sake of writing songs type person.
Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can, if I have to, I do it. Like I did a song for Madden. That's on Madden. Yeah. Honey Yard Dash. But it was like, bro, write some shit about football. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, look it, a couple dollars in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Like, so I do shit like that. But if it's just for the sake of me releasing something and shit, like,
Yeah, I always wondered that, because, like, you know, some cats would say, you know, that strengthens them as a writer, you know, whereas, you know, other cats would say, well, if I just say something when I need to say something, it's gonna be that much more potent. So it's like, so that, do you think there's a balance between there for you, or you know?
Yeah, I think that I definitely think it's a balance. My shit comes in spurts, like my creativity comes in spurts, but I can always create. Like if a nigga say, hey bro, right, you write a song right now, you write a song for me right now, I can do this shit, but it's like, when it come to me and what I want to say and shit, I hold off. I got a homie who write constantly, you know what I'm saying, and he dope. It's like I don't have to do that, you know what I'm saying. Like when it's time for me to go in and lock in and shit, and you know what I'm saying. I guess it's life and what I've been going through and what I've been listening to, and just like all of that shit just like kind of culminates and becomes what it is. I'll take it. I'll do it like that.
Like, are you at that point yet, or have you been to that point yet where, you know, as an artist, you're like, I don't want to listen to nothing because I don't want to be influenced by anything. You know what I'm saying? Are you at that point yet, or are you still like absorbing?
No, right now I listen to like some of my favorites and shit of the time. Like for right now, like so certain songs and shit I listen to, but for the most part, I listen to like old ass R&B. I'm talking about old shit or just old soul shit, Motown shit, whatever.
Okay, because old you could be the first Chris Brown album, nigga. I'm talking about.
Nah.
Nigga, that exclusive was a classic, nigga.
So like Marvin and.
Got you.
Bro, like all types of shit, bro. Spinners and Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, so like that's mainly what I be listening to right now. Alternative rock. And I can listen to that modern shit because I could take some of those influences, but I don't really listen to too much modern rap music. For one, because I don't know, like I do, like, but it just don't really like, it don't do it for me no more. Like I don't feel that void no more. So certain artists do, you know what I'm saying? But I try not to listen too much.
So speaking of which, man, like I found something that was interesting. I've never, like, granted, it's arguably it can make sense, but I've never heard anybody actually say it. You said that T.I. is in your top 5.
Yeah.
So I've never great. I
Possibly.
mean, we fuck with T.I., but it's like, usually be like, who's your top 5? They Pop Big, and then they name the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard anybody like, no, bro, you need to respect.
I think it's just because his influence. You know what I'm saying, and coming from the South and just the age that I was, you know what I'm saying, listening to him and shit, and he was a lyricist. What? I don't know if I think I put him in my top 5 out of Atlanta. He might be.
I respect that.
If we talking about solo artists, like, all right, he the one out of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying, for solo artists, he's number 1. You know what I'm saying, but my top 5 is, I don't know, bro. That shit crazy. I don't know. That shit would take me a minute to. I know 3 Stacks and Jay are in there for sure, but I don't know.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Talk a little bit about this this upcoming tour. You go out on the road in March, right?
Yeah. Go out on the road in March with Brent Fayez. Shit, man. North American tour. It's like 28, 29 dates.
That's what's up.
Yeah, bro. So this is gonna be my first time like touring America. I did a little run with Silver and the Q a couple years back. We just did the East Coast run, but it was canceled because of the hurricane.
Gotcha.
So a few dates were canceled, but now I'm excited about this one. I know that I'm gonna have to like find a way to like adjust the show to tend to kind of the audience that I'm gonna be in front of.
You got some R&B songs in the tuck.
I might have to break out a little solo something, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm gonna figure it out, man. It'll be a dope show. I feel like it'll be fun. And yeah, after that shit, man, we're gonna try to work on this Snubnose tour. We routing it now. That'll be dope.
That'll definitely be hard. I really appreciate the fact that you're working an album as opposed to just dropping project after project after project and not allowing anything to grow.
Yeah, nah, man. I think that shit come from like our background, bro. You ain't never just like you ain't never just fuck some money up or something. Like, nah, bro. I gotta get this shit back, nigga. I ain't no goddamn nigga. I'm finna get this shit back, nigga. Or it's like, nigga, oh no, we finna make this work, nigga. Like that's how it is, bro. Like, nah, bro, we gonna make this shit work. And niggas be asking for new music. I'm like, nigga, I just dropped in October. Nigga, like, nah, you probably ain't gonna hear shit from me till October, bro. Like till next week, to next year, nigga. Like, no, bro. Listen to that shit. That's how it was when we grew up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't just message my favorite rapper or talk shit, bro. Drop a new song, like, nigga, fuck that. Nigga. Yeah, fuck that, nigga. You know
Cats used to like drop music like every 2 years,
bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
The artist is too accessible these days, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas and not to my fans, bro. I love y'all niggas, but it's like, bro, motherfuckers be in your DM. If you don't answer them in time, niggas. Oh man, it's like, hold on, bro. Like, chill out. I'm a human being just like you, nigga. Like,
I've had this conversation with a few people over the last 2-3 weeks, and I really feel like the game is in the state that it's in is because we really don't have stars no more because everybody's accessible. Like, you have niggas that are lame, that are huge now, just because they can present a certain image. Back in the day, they would have never been stars. Like, you had the old adage, a star is somebody that your woman or your man want to sleep with and you want to hang out with. You know what I mean? You want to be like them. You really don't have that no more.
Nah, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Like, I would not want to kick it with Drake. like, I would not, like, that shit don't even sound fun.
Nigga stupid.
I'm just saying, like, I want to hang out with niggas as cooler or as cool as me.
I feel you. Nah, for real. Bro, niggas is too accessible, man. And I don't know, it's crazy. And then the fucking music is just, the rap game just oversaturated.
Yeah.
How many songs they say drop a fucking day? What was it? I forgot the stat.
It's a lot.
It was crazy as fuck though. Like, it was like, the number was almost like mind-boggling. Like, what? This is a day?
And then on top of that, you have people that will take old songs that did nothing and re-drop them on DSPs just to get that look of being on the front page again.
Right. So this shit's oversaturated, bro, and I think a lot of people get lost in the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? artists like myself or just like, you know, people who ain't going with the flow and, you know, all the fuck shit and antics and shit. Like we you know what I'm saying, kind of get, you know, the short end of the stick, but ain't no complaining and shit. You just got to get it.
Absolutely.
Get how you live.
Absolutely, man. Before we get up out of here, man, this is our New Year tradition. We host Hip Hop Trivia ATL once a month here in Atlanta. One of the best trivia nights in the country, hands down.
Okay.
So we're gonna ask you 5 trivia questions. See how you do.
All right.
And it's all geared towards stuff that you should know about. Okay. It's all good. We start easy. What zone is Gucci Mane from?
Zone 6.
Zone 6, exactly. Second question. What Stone Mountain High School did Lala, Sci-Hi, the Young Bloods, and Swiss Beats all attend?
Read that.
There you go. This man knows the stuff. All right, you should definitely know this. Which Nas album is his song I Gave You Power featured on?
The second one is hold on. Give me 1 second.
Correct. It is the second one. You're right.
Hold on.
Some people say the best Nas album.
Damn. It was written.
There you go. This man knows the stuff. All right, getting a little bit more difficult now. Nino and Wicked are members of what Atlanta rap group?
Nino and Wicked. Oh shit. Hold on, man. Shit. Nino and Wicked. I'm tripping.
You got a hint for him, Maurice?
Yeah, I need me a hint, bro.
Damn. You know, the music was so literal, I'll give you the answer if I give you.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
See, On the Grind.
On the ground?
On the grind.
On the grind? Hold on. On the ground. Damn. Hold on. Nah, I'm tripping. Nah, I ain't got it.
Ghetto Mafia.
Ghetto Mafia. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I let y'all down.
All right, final question, multiple answer question. We just want you to name 3 of the members of Crime Mob.
Oh, shit. Diamond? Mm-hmm. Princess?
Yep.
And, what's his name? Lil J?
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
I knew those were the 3.
Those are the 3 I think everybody know.
I knew those were the 3 that you was going there, man.
Nobody don't know how the other ones are.
You did all right. You did all right. Can't complain.
Minus one.
Yeah, you good. If you guys are in Atlanta, we'll be in Atlanta at the beginning of February. February 5th, we will be doing hip hop trivia again. And matter of fact, I think Princess from Crime Mob is going to celebrate her birthday at Hip Hop Trivia
in the building.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty fun.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty fun. Man, please tell people where they can find you and where they can listen to your music.
All right. So across all DSPs, which those are just your platform, like what you listen to music on, is Grip, GRIP. If you have trouble pulling that up, then just type in GRIP Porch or GRIP Snubnose.
Do people get you confused with Grip Plies?
Yeah, man, it was a dispute. If we got time, but it was somebody said something on Twitter. It was just like, it's a guy in Atlanta making rounds going by the name of Grip, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not okay with that. But it's like, well, what I don't think people understand is like how long I've been doing this shit. Mm-hmm. So like, whoever said that, I'm pretty sure that I was going by Grip and making music as Grip before they even knew who Grip Pliers was. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think niggas confused me with being like a young nigga who just came out and just because they just heard this new project or whatever. It was like, nigga, I've been doing this shit since fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, however long, bro. Like, so shit ain't new. I've been Grip and you know what I'm saying? God bless the dead, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know who Grip Pliers was. Like, I knew who he was, like, when I saw the shit on Edgewood, but I never listened to a song or anything like that. Right. You know? So, yeah, man. It was a little, you know, but it's all good. You know
absolutely.
Instagram, GRIP, Grip, @Grip. Twitter, Grip_SS. And, yeah, YouTube is Grip as well.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate y'all listening, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you follow us on Day1Radio. Make sure you listen to Snubnose, one of the dopest projects that came out in a minute. We'll see you next week with another dope show. Peace.
Yeah.